Hello Internet, welcome back to Bre'sBooks and another video. I know already, I'm getting so good at this. I just wanted to come on today to share a few of the recent manga reads I've been reading lately, like over the last month or so. I don't just read manga, but that's pretty much the stuff that I actually own is usually manga. If you want to know about more of what novels and stuff I read, because I do read other books too, you can check out my Goodreads. I'll try to remember to link that down below so you can follow if you're interested in what other stuff I might be reading, because a lot of the stuff that I do read is from the library and I have to return it, so I don't have it to show you. But this kind of gives you just a little bit of a taste of what I've been reading lately as far as manga wise. And so if you're interested, you can check out some of this stuff because I really enjoyed some stuff this month. So first off, if you watched my last video a couple days ago, you know that I hauled some of the My Heavenly Host Club. And that is because I read these first two volumes this last month. Volumes 1 and 2 by Ai Morinaga. And I really enjoy this. It's very like a shoujo Oron high school type of feel to it. It's about a high school hockey club that doesn't play hockey. They just like to use that as an excuse to travel to different countries and try to play games. But actually they just like eat food and get to travel on vacation and stuff. And it's really fun. They could just get into all kinds of shenanigans and hijinks. And I really enjoyed this so far. So I read these first two, and I really hope to get to some more very soon. I also read the third volume of the Infernal Devices trilogy, Clockwork Princess. This is based on the Infernal Devices novels. This just is like a quicker medium for me to get through, and I wasn't super interested. I did enjoy the first book, but when I saw that there was manga out for it, I decided this would be a very quick intake for the story. And I enjoyed it. It was fine. I kind of already guessed the ending. I think I was spoiled a little bit for it. But, yeah, it was fine for what it was. It's been a long time since I read, the first two volumes of the manga of this series. And so I think that made it a little harder to get into for me. But, it still wasn't bad. I really liked the art style and everything. It's pretty good. It was just okay for me. And then I read this tiny little sampler of stories from the author of Fruits Basket and others. It was just like a little freebie that was thrown in when I did a manga order one time. And I gave a bunch of the different stories different ratings. So overall it was just like a 3-star because it was just like a little chapter of 5 different stories. Some of them I liked more than others. But yeah, this was just a cute little sampler teaser of some different shoujos that were coming out around the time that Fruits Basket was originally coming out. And so that was fun to look at. I also read the first volume of Rinne, I think that's how you say it. I don't know how to pronounce it. By Rumiko Takahashi. And this is the author of Inuyasha and Ranma 1/2, which I have not read, but I have watched the entirety of the Inuyasha anime. And I really enjoyed that. That was one of the first anime I got into. And so I've been wanting to pick this up. I've started watching the anime, and I think I will probably continue watching the anime over collecting this volume, just because this type of story, fantastical and stuff, I usually enjoy more with music and animation, the movement and stuff. The anime pretty much took off exactly how this volume did. It's basically, it is sort of similar to Inuyasha, but sort of a lighter shoujo vibe to it. It's about this boy who is helping control the people of the underworld, and this girl who can see him, and nobody's supposed to be able to see him, and it's because she's been to the underworld once when she was a little girl and got taken back. And so that's pretty much where it starts off. It's the kind of the yokai meets real world conundrum. And so, yeah, it was interesting. I like it. I'm going to continue watching the anime and let you know what I think when I get to it. And then I also read the first 2 volumes of the Princess Jellyfish manga. This is not the first 2 volumes cover, but I read it on my tablet, and so I don't have the first 2 volumes in print to show you. But this is like the volume of the 5th Nimbus Omnibus. How do you say that word? I don't know. By Akiko Hagishimura. Oh my goodness. I need pronunciation guides with these authors so badly. But yeah, I really enjoy this anime as well, and I enjoyed the manga so far that I've read of it, and I'm hoping that the manga goes further than the anime did, because the anime does not give me a satisfying ending, and I definitely really enjoyed these characters, and it was a very unique story about a bunch of like NEETs / otaku girls that live in a boarding house together and are really uncomfortable in social situations, and how this family of, well, just basically this this one character specifically comes into their lives and kind of befriends them and shows them another way. I guess that's how we could say it. So I'll just leave it at that, and hopefully if you haven't checked this out, you will. It is very unique, I believe, in the like shoujo vein, and very unlike a lot of the other stories out there. So I hope you give it a try if it sounds interesting to you. And the anime is also very good, although it doesn't finish the story to its entirety. And the last one I'm going to talk about, which I just finished last week, is the first 2 volumes of Alice in the Country of Hearts. April Sarah just read this for the Manga readathon, I think, and she reminded me that I had the first couple volumes of the series on my shelf, and that kind of motivated me to pick this up and try it. So cover goes this way and this way. But basically this is sort of, it's not really an Alice in Wonderland retelling, it's more of like inspired by Alice in Wonderland, where a bunch of the characters have like these different lands, and she's trying to find her way home because she's been forced to participate in this game, and it's very mysterious, and you don't really know what's going on, and after reading the first 2 volumes, you still don't really understand a lot, but there is like a few things you're kind of starting to understand, and so it's like very mysterious and different. It's a lot different than I was expecting, but of course there is that typical like shoujo, everybody's falling in love with the main heroine for no reason, and so that's interesting. But yeah, it's harder to find all of these volumes. I do have like the third one, so I can still continue a little bit further, and I have the 5th one, so I'm just looking for the 4th and the 6th one, and then I'll have the complete Country of Hearts. But there's like tons of spin-offs for this. It's a maze of knowing what to read and stuff. There's like Alice in the Country of Joker, Alice in the Country of Clover, and so I'm not sure if I'm going to read all the spin-offs, but I at least want to read the main story if I can find volumes 4 and 6. And I enjoyed this. It was very interesting. It was different, and I liked it. So if I can stack these up here, I hope you like this video. This kind of gives you just a little sneak peek taste of what I've been reading as far as manga lately. And again, if you want to know any of the other stuff I've been reading, because this is definitely not all that I read this month, it's just a little piece of like what physical copies I own, and I haven't checked into the library because I own them. And so yes, look at my Goodreads if you want to know the rest of the stuff that I read, and I will hopefully see you soon with another video. Read more books. Bye!